Hello there, it's Bernardo, and you're watching Vibe Code Me. In today's episode, it's going to be one of the last CLI tools we're going to review. I'm almost wrapping up this. We're going to be taking a look at Droid. Droid is another CLI tool from Factory, and I haven't heard about that since, I don't know, last week or 2 weeks ago. So Factory, they have some other stuff. They seem to have these web products that you can connect to remote machines or even your own machine, and then this kind of seems like a delegation interface. So maybe a competitor to background agents or Jules or some stuff like that, but where I think you control more where it runs. It's an interesting thing. We're not going to be taking a look at the whole Factory thing. The web, and we're not going to be taking a look at that. We're going to be taking a look at the CLI. I have no idea what to expect. I heard people talking a lot of interesting stuff about it, and they have they have the specification mode. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a promising one from what I've read online. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and install it. Before, just one thing. So they have this plans, and they have everybody's going with Pro and Max. Nobody's creative on the plan names. But they have the Pro, which includes some usage. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pay for that. Maybe I will. I will start with the trying out the bring your own key solution. Hopefully I can integrate with Z.AI. If not, I think I'm just going to I'm going to pay for the Pro maybe just to test how much usage is this 20 million tokens, standard tokens, whatever that is. I'll try first to bring our own key, see how we can set up, and then maybe take a look at the Pro plan just to see what's the value of that. We're going to take a look at that. All right, so let's set this up. I'm going to install. Okay, what are the options to install here? I hate to run these random scripts. So I'm going to take a look at this first. I'm going to see what it does. Okay, finds the platform, and then it downloads a precompiled binary. Maybe I do have in Homebrew already. Droid. Yeah, I think there is on. Yeah, okay. How does it find the version? How do we know what's the latest version? What is version coming from? Oh yeah, 0.19.8, which I think is the same one as I have here. I'm just gonna install with Homebrew. Oh, it needs to be a cask. Why did it need to be a cask? Okay, yeah, probably there's some. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so I think I have Droid now. Yeah, but I mean, this script seems pretty much all right. It downloads a bunch of other stuff, which I don't quite like. Like, I already have rip grab. Oh, I see. I think it builds like a. Yeah, it moves. Yeah, or whatever. I'm gonna go with the Homebrew installed one. All right. Okay, so I think we can. Yeah, let's just start in one of the existing Expensify stuff that we have here. Just wanna see how the AI looks like. Oh, interesting. Okay, I need an account, even if I do bring my own keys. Okay. So yeah. Gonna log in with Google. I'm gonna be right back. All right. So now this is a pretty much standard. default flow for device authentication. Yeah, the code is already here, so yeah, I just need to confirm. All right, so I'm connected. All right, I just want to check one small thing. If I do Droid now, yeah, this is just a weird thing. Like I know it's not that big of a deal, but normally when I open these applications, it kind of like, erases the whole thing and occupies the full screen on the terminal. Yeah, I just think this is interesting. Okay, I need to get myself onboarded. I'm gonna call it Bernardo Beats, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't want a promo code. I don't have any promo code. Oh, I have a 30-day free trial. So I guess we're gonna try the pro. Let's see if I can. If I do this, refresh factory, okay, log in. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I jumped from general to billing usage because it was showing my email. I want to see what my plan is. Yeah, so I think I'm on the. Yeah, I'm on the pro plan with a 20 million token. So yeah, I'm gonna test that. I mean, it's for free, right? That's a free trial. So I'm gonna test that. Yeah, let's go with that. Amazing. And I'm gonna keep this open because I'm gonna keep like refreshing. I want to see how much usage we get in the end of the sessions. I'm just gonna, ask some questions. Oh, let's see the help. Okay. Okay, we have the modes. I have no idea how to switch the modes though. How do we switch the mode? Maybe we'll do slash mode. Oh, let me do this. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so shift enter doesn't do a new line. I think this is left slash enter, which I have it here. Oh, how do I do a new line? I have no idea how to do a new line. Yeah, I mean, I was trying this, but it still was not working. Foo. Yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay, I can't seem to add a new line. I did the backslash and enter, and it didn't work. Yeah, I guess we're not gonna have new lines. Not sure what's going on. Okay, so I have file paths, is that command menus slash. It's pretty much the thing that is becoming the standard bash mode is the bang, and yeah. Oh, shift tab, yeah. Everybody's just doing what Claude Code does, and it is what it is. Okay, navigation, I can do command. Yeah, I can do this too. It also doesn't seem to be. Some reason doesn't seem that the keyboard detection is working properly. Yeah, the deletion at least work. Yeah, as we expect. Yeah, anything with the command is not working for some reason. Maybe it is the terminal that I'm using. I'm using. Yeah, maybe it is because of that. Yeah, maybe Western is like getting this key. Let me try with another terminal. Like iTerm, do I have iTerm? Let's just open the default terminal. Let's go to. Sorry, I just had to restart here. Yeah, let's try to go to GitHub. Expensify. I'm using an existing one. I'll go with Droid and make this a little bit bigger. And then I can try the... Yeah, still doesn't work. What is the other one that we tried? It was the new line, right? Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, the input thing is a little bit weird. So, well, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, some of the input are a little bit broken. I think I will try. I just see the shift tab. Okay. Yeah, so they seem to have this kind of like risk classification that goes on. All right, the models. What are the models that they have here? Okay, so I can use Sonnet. Oh, okay. So that's what they mean by standard tokens. Oh, Droid Core is GLM 4.6. That's interesting. I like GLM 4.6. I pay for the plan. Uh, yeah, that's great. So, okay, so but the default is this. Sonnet is more expensive. Yeah, let's see what they have. Yeah, okay. Gonna go. Oh, the default. Yeah, the interesting thing. They said the default is auto off. Well, why is not like consistent? Yeah, whatever. Okay. What slash commands do we have? Okay, you have cost to show the current session thing. Okay. Yeah, I can open billing things directly here. Okay, amazing. Already spent 6,000 tokens just playing around with stuff. But just trying to send a new line. Okay. Yeah, compress, pretty much default. MCP servers, okay. Dash MCP. Well, that's interesting because it seems exactly like a CLI help like thing. Okay, I can do this. Okay, MCP add. Yeah, we're gonna test this soon when we set up the project. Okay, bug to report a bug with, I guess, with Droid itself. And okay, compress to compress the context, start a new session, quit sessions. Yeah, this looks a lot like, yeah, it's or everything. Oh, can have manage custom. Okay, that's cool because you should do something like GitHub spec kit. Having the custom commands can be a lifesaver. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. All right, so there's this terminal setup. Oh, that's that's so bad. Like, really, that's the only terminals you support to detect. I mean, I think the reasoning is probably, yeah, all the other ones will work out of the box. But yeah, the input things, they are not doing a great job. Uh, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so I just did slash clear and it actually starts a new session. But yeah, so status, I had to remove because it showed my email here. I don't probably you can find my email in the web, but I'd rather not show it. All right. Yeah, so I think there's nothing fancy here. I think we should be ready to set up the project. Gonna close this. Yes. All right, so we're gonna set up the project as usual. I'm gonna go to the template. I'm gonna copy this, create new repository. I'm gonna call it Expensify Droid. I'm gonna create a repository. Wait a little bit. This should be ready soon. Okay, gonna copy this. Git clone this. Approve it. Now we are expensify Droid. Needs trust. npm install. Now I'm gonna open NeoVim to start setting things up. So it seems that they support, by reading the docs, let me go here again. Yeah. So by reading their docs, it seems that they support AgentsMD. So I think I'm just gonna call it AgentsMD. This thing here. Again, I don't think that's a good idea because it says like the overall flow of development, but it might conflict with whatever. But I'm going to do as I was doing everything else. Okay, I don't know why I place it here, but yeah. Okay, I will now set up the MCP servers, and I want to see if there's anything here about like, yeah, custom / commands can have arguments. Okay. So, the neighbor is just like banging something in the wall. I don't know, probably. Yeah, sorry about the noise. Okay, so how do I do MCP setup? This is on the CLI? Yeah. Oh, it was just here. I just can't read. I think I'm too tired. Is there like, what is the file configuration? Where is this thing saved? Configuration. Yeah, let's just try to add this thing. So I'm just gonna do Droid, gonna do MCP add. What are the options? Help. Options. Okay, environment variables, headers. Okay, so I think I just I'm gonna call this Prisma, and I'm gonna do npm exec Prisma MCP. I mean, you remove Prisma. Maybe I need to do like quotes. Yeah, this is really bad experience. Come on, like I hate these small details. These small details are the things that get me. But yeah, okay. Now I have Prisma. I don't know if it is connected or not. MCP help and enable get Prisma. Okay, yeah, it is connected. It can see all the tools. Okay, so I guess I can just do MCP add LSP, and I'm gonna put quotes because now I know there's gonna be MCP language server -- workspace dot -- LSP. That's gonna be TypeScript language server, and I wanna pass stdio to this. MCP get LSP. Okay, yeah. So it is connected to that as well. Amazing. Great. Can you run diagnostics for the... Now, let's just get any TypeScript file. Yeah, let's for the... Oh, you don't have like a autocomplete thing going on here? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, nice. I guess if I do const and use it 1, 2, 3, run it again. Just wanna see if it... That's interesting. Yeah, whatever. Maybe there's a problem with the MSP LSP setup. I mean, it ran, but I can see a lot of like... And maybe this diagnostic is not something that the LSP is reporting. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, I shouldn't be using TypeScript language servers. I probably use the one from Microsoft. But yeah, if I come here, LSP info, the one that I use is, if I can find it, VTSTLF. This is a horrible experience. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I digress. I'm not gonna waste my time here. Okay, so we are set up. What was the... Yeah, let's just try this. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, ask to exit. What files I have in the root? Yeah, okay, 1 second. Sorry, my dog was going crazy. Okay, so it has access to what the bash command resulted in. And I think we should be able to start coding. So I'm going to do... Yeah, I don't know what's the difference between clear and new, but I think it's the same thing. I'm going to switch to spec. I want to see what is that. So we're gonna come here, gonna get the prompt that we normally use, and yeah, kind of sad that the @ doesn't do any like fuzzy finder thing. Seems not great, but yeah, I just send this. I'm just gonna send it as it is. Okay, I like it that he's not doing the weird thing of trying to do first the database, then the whatever, then the UI. I like that he's doing like a... Yeah. I'm going to come here. I'm going to say the plan is great, but we need to first evaluate what we already have, such as a defined tech stack with even authentication using magic links already working. Please do an evaluation of the current project. Also, for each of the phases, we need to have a different test file. Also, we should have all the test files before we start coding them, so we can easily resume work at a later stage. Okay, 1 second. I'm back. Okay, so this is running. Okay. Okay, this is weird. Like how you can have org scope and invitation flows before you can have organization CRUD. How can we do phase 2 before phase 3 if we are specifying that we have invitation flows in phase 2 while the org CRUD is done only in phase 1? Also, I like the initial plan of first setting up the UI components for later usage as well. I like the part of the initial plan that prescribe for setting up the component for later usage as well. Okay, this seems like a solid plan. I mean, he kind of like ignored the whole agents MD with the template that I suggested. Okay, honestly, I think the phase one is useless. It's hard to do separately. Maybe we can do and moving the post example will also remove an example on how to test. We need also to make sure the test setup on the post yeah. I'm worried that it will erase the example that I gave on how I want to test things. So I think the post example code has useful information on how we want to test things. So maybe we should transactional testing. So maybe we should, before removing it until we implement the org CRUD, so we can test the org router the same way we do the post one. Maybe just, yeah. I think that's a lot of like useless stuff, but I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, I totally ignored the whole instructions that I gave about how to organize the tasks. I mean, honestly, I like that it is ignoring because I think it honestly did a really bad job on how to organize those things. But it's just weird that it totally ignored it. I added to the agents MD, tugs everything here, and then it is just ignoring. And that was not the case when I used Codex with this Codex CLI with GPT-5 Codex. So not like that the model is just that probably the context being sent is not well tuned or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna do allow flow impact commands. Just gonna review it. Define typography. Okay, so this is the org thing. Tests. And authorize this. Great. Let's start with the first task. I mean, why are you doing this? You do have a config that sets up some defaults, no? Yeah, I mean, we do have some defaults, but it doesn't do any harm to have them in the .example file. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm thinking, should I? Let's see how it runs something that keeps running in the background. Like, will it like kill it? Yeah. Okay, it stopped running. Yeah, it's not gonna work actually because it will fail. I'm going to just stop it. You need first to run the npm test reset, right? I forgot to start all the Docker Compose services. No need to start, just Postgres. Yeah, honestly, okay, I'm just playing around, but if you are working here and you know exactly what it should do, it should just use the bang thing instead of asking it to do it, because you're wasting like precious like tokens going back and forth with the requests. So yeah, it's gonna be much better if you just run what it needs to run and then ask it to complete whatever it needs to do. Yeah. He's gonna fix the question mark instead of or thing that is probably No, you shouldn't do that. No, 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 no. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? The mock calls are important for the test to work. Why are you doing that? Yeah, the out thing because mockout was complaining. No, no, no. Look, 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 look. Okay. It was complaining because this was not being used. Yeah, honestly, I fixed the issues with the file for you. You can run the check and continue fixing issues. Yeah, so the issue is that the code that I had on my template had that thing that was not being used. Oh, actually not. Let me just try to remove this. But yeah. What I what I like on other things is that it would show there was a way for me to see the result of this execution, which I think is useful context for me as well. So yeah. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? What is the? Okay, I guess it is removing. Okay, yeah, whatever. I think it's fine. Okay, it is removing a lot of the initial boilerplate, which I think is gonna help on task 2 later down the line. Why is it failing a lot to apply these patches and to search for things? I don't understand why the... Okay. No, there's an interesting thing. I don't think any of the other apps change this. That's cool. Yeah, so this is running inside of... And I have no idea how to manage these processes that are running, which is honestly why I hate letting the agents run long-running commands. Because now the thing is running and I have no idea how to stop it. Yeah, localhost 8025. Oops. Localhost 8025. Oh, it's not sending. Yeah, there's a problem. Yeah, this is why I hate using it like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do ps grab npm. We gotta kill this process here. Q-9. So I try to go back here. Oh, how do I stop this server? I guess maybe if I just leave this, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just leave this and hope that this will now be... I have no idea why this thing is running. Grab node. Try, let's just clear. Try it. Okay. Okay, this process here. Q-9. Q-9. I'm gonna kill this process thing as well. Yeah, let me do one thing here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I wanna queue this one here. Yeah, Q-9 this and Q-9 for 1253. Yeah, honestly, this is weird. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open nvim here. I'm gonna open the npm. Yeah, here I'm gonna open npm dev, and I'm gonna do droid. Here I'm gonna say sure, prepare the foundation. Yeah, whatever. Now, Yeah, so this is weird. See, like, because it didn't went with my template, there's nothing saying it is done or not. Okay, I'm just gonna say let's do. Yeah, I hate that phase 2. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it is conflicting with my. I have a okay. Dash slash phase 02. Phase 02. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to stop soon to have lunch. So I'm just gonna run this for a little while and come back later. But let's see how our usage is going. Yeah, so we used 300,000 tokens out of the 20 million that you get for $20. So that is about like 30 cents, right? Like if this is $20, then this is $1, then this is 30 cents. Yeah, so about 33 cents. I mean, it is going like actual CSS variables and stuff. I would probably just go with shed CNUI and then use whatever it is, but yeah, let it cook. Why it needs to create this? What is the lead thing? Why you need that? What is even that? I don't even understand why you need that. Honestly. Okay. Let it cook. I mean, it created an app shell. And it's creating a lot of things that I don't even know that I need. But yeah, whatever. I'm letting it cook. Yeah, I don't know. I feel uneasy about this. It's weird. I know we're all like vibe coding, but like it's creating a bunch of things that I don't understand why I need those things. I mean, the app shell, yes, but then like, what is this? Why do I need this simple grid layout? What is even there? I mean, I understand it's a grid, but it's hard. I'm having a rough time understanding what it wants to do with that, and I feel like it is generating a lot of code, like just in case, which it would be like a warning sign that I would like. I normally say like I know a lot of like junior developers, they would start like, oh, I'm creating this for whenever we need it, and I normally try to not do things just in case, and instead just do things just in time whenever we need it. Of course, there are some stuff that you build like an app shell, these things like toast systems, alert. These things are useful, right? But yeah, okay, a button, you're likely going to use it. I don't know why it just created a button and then changed its mind for whatever reason. But I'm just going to let it cook. I just want to see what it does. It does this thing like changes this and then like changes its mind and then changes it again. I don't know why. It just keeps going and it's not as fast as I wish. I feel like I'm just wasting tokens. Okay, this app creating an app provider thing. I think I've done that as well. Uh, okay, now changing the post thing, which we're not using because you removed it. How am I supposed to see this? Yeah, a little bit weird. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. No. Yeah, I would rather have the plan should have been to create like the organization CRUD, then stop for the UI foundations, then proceed. I was just following the plan that it suggested, but I don't like it. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I bet we already like spent a lot of tokens just for that. Yeah. 20 cents just for this new UI endeavor. And a lot of time. Like we're wasting a lot of time. Yeah, I feel like the edits are not as fast as what I get with Sonnet 4. I mean, I could change to the model here because we're using GPT-5 Codex, but then it's like much more expensive, which then brings the question, is it worth it compared to paying for Claude Code? Yeah, honestly, I think if I change to GLM 4.6, we're going to be going much faster. Generating wrong patch syntax. Okay, it's failing to edit stuff. What is even doing this? Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I need to check that. By the way, the thing is still running on 3000, and I don't know why. Let's do. Why is it running on port 3001? Okay, let me. How do I find? How to find which process is using port? I always have to search that. ls off dash e. .37099 Q-9 37099. Okay. Yeah, it's broken. I think I need to do npm pnpm db dev push. I think that db push. Let me do db push. Do pnpm dev. And let it create the test. I think it's going to be a waste of time and tokens, and I think this was the worst thing that we should have done. I just want to see how long it takes to finish this task. Like, it's just going shenanigans, honestly. What are you doing? Yeah, now you're up for a treat. Yeah, I think this is gonna be hard to compare because it decided to go in this design system thing, and I'm kind of like at fault here. I do think, however, that the experience of the CLI doesn't help much on seeing like what the tool is running. Um, so yeah, while I think I'm partially at fault here, I don't think the experience was great either. Like even if I haven't done that, like seeing the changes, and also I think GPT-5 Codex, it's a little bit slower than Sonnet 4.5. What I don't understand is like why it keeps, like I don't even understand why it is doing this because I couldn't see the result of the lint report. So it's kind of like it's even more vibe coding. Normally when I vibe code, I try to understand what it is doing. And here I just feel so disconnected because it doesn't show me the output of the commands it runs, and there's no easy way for me to like diff truncated. How do I see the actual diff? Like it's just a so hands off experience, which I think if you think about it, makes sense. Like they started I think mostly as a way to delegate tasks to background agents, and for that you want a hands off experience. But when I'm coding on the CLI, I want to have an agent. This is I don't know why you need to do that. See, like I want to see what's the so I have to run pnpm lint here as well, so I know what are the stuff that is going wrong. Yeah, this change here, like why it added it again? What is even going on here? Why are like this type of notation is just so stupid. So I guess the reason is user event is coming and then you say, oh, this is a any type, right? And then instead of like, oh yeah, the reason why this is the case is because I don't have the freaking library. No, it's just like trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop. You need to first install testing library. Install the testing library stuff you added, which is use npm for that. I'm just tired of seeing it just going shenanigans. Okay, you need to stop. npm int. Continue fixing stuff. Yeah, honestly, I think I will just let me just do this. Test.config. The test for the UI component was not properly working. It's not testing. The current config for the test was. Also, let me do package.json test test run. I think I need to do the alt thing. Add providers. I think I need to do the. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna fix that. Otherwise, I'm gonna waste too much time. So. Select setup. I'm going to come here to the post test. I'm gonna do this. Yes, why I'm attempting to. This helps us identify when a client-side test tries to access server-side code. Otherwise, we would get the cryptic next out error. Test. I'm so confused. You are. Okay, so this works. Okay, so this is a thing that is causing issues. This is used in the alert. Okay, so app providers. Okay, yeah, now just the toast provider that is failing. Maybe it has something to do with these imports that are supposed to just get the type. I don't know, this is confusing, honestly. I tried fixing it, but I failed. I will, yeah, actually I'm just going to close provider. Yeah, so this will likely work fine. But yeah. Adds and remove. The toast helper, the toast test just ends. Perfect. All right. Okay, perfect. Now there's a problem. When I try to open page, it is ignoring that I'm not authenticated yet, and it is failing with a TRPC unauthorized error. We need some conditional rendering, probably. You know what I think would be cool? To have like a Tmux or ZalyJ MCP. Because then I can run these things and give access to I can. It's weird. Or Tmux. At least so I can read. That'll be cool. Yeah. Okay. example.com. Localhost 8025. Let's sign in. Yeah, the padding seems a little bit off. The vertical padding between the cards. Can I send a... Yeah, I don't like this that much when the AI generates a bunch of weird... Yeah, we're still having some TRPC. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. When I load the page and I am authenticated, I see the following errors in the console. Okay, hit fix. I have no idea why. It's just, yeah, it just hallucinated a bunch of weird stuff. I don't like this. I know it's just an example. But I mean, this is cool. have info toasts, error toasts, warning toasts, success toasts. All right. Okay, I guess this is a good start. This v0.2 is just such a nonsense stuff, but yeah. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna stop for a while. I'm gonna do fit design system. And yeah, I'm gonna stop for a while. I'm gonna be right back soon. All right, I'm back, and we have about 50 minutes left. Yeah, today's gonna be a little bit broken. I'm gonna go back and forth. So yeah. So I think we now can ask it to do task. Yeah, I have to authorize this again. Let's do. Yeah, I really wish it had the task 03. Let's do phase 3. Oh, wait a second. Sorry, the dogs wanted to come in. Yeah, we're gonna have some dog noises in this video. It is what it is. Dogs are tired and they are like, I know how they feel. I feel like that all the time as well. I have no idea how loud these sounds are coming out through the recording, but it's yeah. For me, they are loud, a little bit distracting. Okay, it is thinking, and I think we will. Okay, it applied some patches. Yes, I need to reset. Okay, I guess it now created a migration. Yeah, it still has the post here, but it's fine. Okay, membership has a membership role, default is member, membership role is an enum. Okay. Alter organization. What is even this? Oh, okay, it's a select. Let's be restart. Let me restart it here. I guess this is being used for, on the list, and I guess this is the the create. Okay, so it's creating and then trying to find it. That's good. Yeah, let me redo the changes. So, yeah, let's see. Okay. Well, at least it created a different function for that. Like a different helper file for that thing. That is the thing that we already saw. You just added, okay, that's for now, that's all. I guess now it has organization manager, whatever that is. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do simple.com, co-host 825, sign in. So this is the post stuff, yeah. Okay, so there's something on the / organizations. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think I had to npm dev and try this again. org. So what if I do this? Yeah. Oh, it changes the slug as well. Interesting. Okay, let me help you with that. Organizations. What is the issue?
Do you need help understanding the next steps? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, this is a little bit overkill. Like, it could just, yeah, like this. Yeah, the big thing doesn't, yeah, whatever. You missed the out mark. part. Maybe since it is easy to make that mistake, we should create a .cs file for server tests as well. That just I hate not being able to add a new line. Okay. Yeah, whatever. No. No, what are you doing? Okay, honestly, I'm gonna do that for you. I hate that. Test.config.setup. I'm just gonna come here and do this, and I'm gonna call this server.setup, react setup. I'm gonna come here and do server.setup. Going to remove this, and here I'm gonna do v.set all mocks is good, and I'm gonna come here and without this next out. Oh, it's crazy. These ensures forces transactional tests testing good transactional test mocks transaction premise testing transactional premise testing. And now I can drop this. Can come here and do post tests ts, and I can drop this, save in the npm test. Yeah, npm test reset and npm test. Yeah, there's only a few issues. npm test, and now I've done the setup for you. If you want, with the test files and the vtest config file to know more about it. But there is one failing test. Through our matching inline snapshot. What the hell is even that? Okay. Good. Let's run the removal of post example. Great. Let's do that test now. New org. Yeah, I wonder if I wonder if the some of the issues I have is because of experience because I haven't connected an IDE, whatever that means. So I'm gonna check the docs here. IDE integrations. Yeah, it doesn't seem that it does much, but maybe I should give it a try. Wait. npm migrate dev. db migrate db generate. If you want to create and apply this migration, yes. Drop posts. I've done the migration for you. Okay, the force is probably for that, but yeah, I mean, about the GPT-5 Codex, it is in line with a little bit of my experience with GPT-5, is that it is a little bit of a slower model, which honestly I think is horrible for like interactive programming, like for this kind of like pair programming kind of thing. But it thinks, it returns quite quality code, like a code with good enough quality in my opinion. Yes. You know, like even all these crazy things, like it makes sense. Like a simple grid, like just the styles, like it's not that bad. Like the whole thing it's all right. However, I feel like for more like pair programming experience, I prefer a faster model. Like even like Grok Code Fast 1, which is really fast, I think is a better experience for that type of AI assisted coding. I think the speed is more important, and that's why I really like Sonnet 4.5. I think strikes a really good balance between being fast and at the same time being, really good. But I think Sonnet 4.5 still needs a little bit more steering than GPT-5 Codex. I think they are good for different types of things. I think for background agents, I have the feeling that GPT-5 Codex is much better to just let it do a task and forget about it, which also I think is quite what Factory is trying to build here. They have this thing to run locally, but I think most of the stuff they're thinking about is the web interface. Yeah. Yeah, I have to test. They have a lot of interesting stuff that I think I should also test. Yeah, the machine bridge is an interesting thing as well. But yeah, let me go back here. I think now that we have some stuff removed, I think we should focus on rethinking a little bit of the UI. Now, I think the design system, we likely should move this to like a different page that is not. Yeah. I think I'm going to change to spec. I think we need to rethink the layout a little bit. We have pretty much 3 scenarios. User is not logged in. User is logged in, but either have no organization created or haven't selected with an organization. User is logged in and an org is selected. The idea is that we likely need 3 different layouts for each of these scenarios, with the first one arguably not necessarily needing to be a layout, as it brings nothing to the table. But we likely need 2 layouts, and we need to have a URL structure that represents which organization is in context. The sidebar layout makes a lot of sense for managing things inside a specific org, but it is likely missing a drop-down org selector. Then we need some sort of empty state for when the user doesn't have any. The experience I have in mind is when user logs in, it is shown a list of orgs. User clicks in one of the orgs and it opens a org dashboard with the side menu layout. If the user has no orgs or wants to create another org, then that initial after login page should allow the user to create a new org. That signed in page without org selected only have a top bar, something like a top bar with the current user and options to sign out. The sidebar org layout should have the options for sign out and also change selected org. Yeah, I think this is good enough. High level. Seems like a solid plan. I'm gonna Okay. We'll start coding. All right. What is this map membership again? Map membership. Okay, it takes most of the stuff from... Yeah, all right. It just adds the role. Yeah, it's a little bit slow. Okay, add the button link. I don't think that's all. Another example. Yeah, so I like that at least it took away the... Okay, so... Example.com. Okay. Yeah. I think it is because, yeah, it's unfortunate that. I'm having an issue, which is that when navigating to the settings page, both settings and dashboard shows as selected. I wish if I could attach file. Is there a way to add a file to that? Okay, this is fixed. There are some errors being logged in the console like this. It's a bit redundant, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, honestly, we are reaching the 2-hour usage. Let's see how many credits, how many tokens I've used. So it's 2 million tokens. So yeah, I guess I would have, this would be probably something around, yeah, if I do 2 of these sessions a day, this would only last 5 days. So not great, not great. And I'm not even using like Sonnet 4.5, which I think is much better for some of these tasks. So yeah, kind of sad. The UI is beautiful. So I think the quality of the code is great, and this is expected for me for Codex. It does really good code. Has some like weird stuff, but it managed to do it. But because it's so slow, and 99% because it went on this create its own design system thing, it took a little longer. However, this gives a much solid foundation. So yeah, pros and cons. So I'm gonna stop it here. Just gonna do design, whatever. I'm just gonna push this. So yeah, I think this is gonna be all for this experiment, honestly. Closing thoughts about Droid, Factory Droid CLI. I think it did an alright job. I don't think the terminal UI was great, and I think how you use the agent is almost as important as how good the agent is for foreground agents. When what you want is just to send an agent to do its thing, and then you just review the work in the end, like background agents, which by the way I haven't properly tested them. I think it doesn't really matter, the UI of the agent. Like, I'm not even going to see that. It's going to run in a terminal somewhere. And, you can have a similar flow locally and I've done that in a few cases where you just run everything, let it go get a coffee, then you come back and then review the changes. I think for that flow, this would work. But for a more like interactive flow, it's hard to recommend, especially because so there were two things. First, there was no easy way for me to see all the actual file changes, because when it changed the file that was too big, it would just like collapse it, and I couldn't see, what changed. And when you're creating like new files, these are normally a lot of changes, or when you change things in multiple different places. Yeah, so the file reviewing experience was not great. I think I had a similar kind of bad experience with OpenCode, but if I recall correctly, at least I could see the full diffs, right? So I could let it run and then eventually read and keep an eye on that. So the point is, for a more like pair programming kind of environment, I want to, even if I'm approving edits automatically, I want to see the whole thing. I want to see what it's doing, so I can, stop and steer in the right direction. So it's a more active participation from both, me and the model. And here I felt that this connection was not there. Whenever it ran terminal commands, I couldn't see the output. So, if I wanted to know if the tests were passing, even if the agent had run it already, I had to run it myself. So again, it felt like having a coworker that is located somewhere else, and then we're just chatting through like Slack. So yeah, I think it was all right. I think a lot of the issues were because I was using Codex, and I like Codex. When I reviewed Codex to the CLI, I had the same impression that it was a little bit slower, but the end result was great. So it was more of like, I send it to do its thing, and then it thinks, and then it comes up with really good quality code. While Sonnet 4.5, my experience that is try to be faster. It's like just go to that. So for more interactive things where you're not like architecting a lot, Sonnet is much better because it consistently do exactly what you asked it to do. So for example, I was refactoring a really big thing at work, and it was pretty much following the same pattern. For those kind of like things that doesn't have to think too much, Sonnet was really good. And then when I had to like really think through the problems, it was not great. But what I would do there, because I'm kind of like, pair programming, I would see when it would start to struggle, and I'll just stop it. And then this experience of stopping it or reviewing what it was doing was great. And this is what I think it's lacking a little bit here in Droid,
is a better connection for this pair programming experience. What else? Yeah, I don't know if the context is not properly managed what happened, but it just ignored all the instructions that I've made about this is where you put the test, this is the template that you should use. It was just not using it, and I just gave up along the way. That's fine. I think the end result of in terms of code, it was not as good because I think when it was planning, suggest hey, let's do the design system up front, which I honestly think was a good idea. So from a planning perspective, it was a good idea, but for a demo perspective, it was not great because now it took me much longer to do anything. So the only thing that we've done here is an organization CRUD. So yeah, we didn't got a lot of value out of that, but I don't think this should weigh in the decision of whether or not this is a good agent. I haven't tested with bringing my own keys. We'll do that in another moment. But yeah, so now about the paid plan, right? Which is the thing that I've used because I got the free trial. I don't think that's a great value. You pay $20 and in 2 hours of coding, I used almost 2 million tokens out of it's about right, 2 full context windows. But yeah, I've used 10% of their monthly usage. So in one session, in 2 hours of session, 2 hours of coding, with this I could do 20 hours of coding a month. I think it's easier comparison because I did 2 hours and I got 10%. So I'll do 20 hours of coding. With Claude Code, I could do around 3 hours, maybe 4 in a whole day, getting rate limited sometimes. So if it's 3 hours a day for 20, I can do 60 hours of coding, while here I could only do 20. So for the value, I think Claude Code is a better value. And I still think it's a better model for, more interactive programming. So I don't know, I just find it hard to recommend this model this agent only based on the CLI experience. That being said, with this $20, you also get the whole web experience, which I think can be quite cool. Maybe I can start a session, have my computer running, and then use my phone to see the results. I think there's some interesting stuff that you can do with that. So yeah, so with that said, I think it was an interesting experience. I would put that in a kind of B tier. I wouldn't recommend it too much, but I think it was an interesting experience. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.